Tremors 4, The Legend Begins, is a 2004 creature feature directed by S.S. Wilson. When the workers of a silver mine begin to disappear, the owner arrives in town to investigate, only to find the area under siege by giant underground monsters. But before we get into this pre-Cambrian prequel, I just want to ask that if you end up enjoying this video, then please consider dropping a like and comment, and maybe even subscribe, as it would really help my channel grow. So thanks. Also, there will be full spoilers ahead, but if that doesn't bother you, then grab your refried beans flavoured popcorn and whip out your favourite graboid gloves as we dive into Tremors 4, The Legend Begins. So the movie begins in 1889 Nevada, where we see a bunch of folk working at an old silver mine, and inside this worker says,
"It's like working inside a cow down here."
Well, look on the bright side. At least we get free milk. This fella is one of our main characters. I'm going to call him Juan Sheet is Plenty. Sorry, my American friends, but you might not get that reference. Are you going to explain it for them? Nah. But then he hears a strange noise, only to find his friend has disappeared.
Hey, Victor is gone.
What do you mean, gone?
I think he got eaten by a wall. Oh, again? Right, this time I'm going to dock that wall's pay. Ah! I'm sorry, you can have your full share, I promise! Oh, great, and now I'm headless. Oh, how am I going to explain this to my wife? Then Juan hears the rest of the miners being devoured by something as the light slowly fades out. Well, I can't say I didn't warn them. But you didn't warn them. Yes, I did. I told them not to go in there because it's not theirs, it's mine! Then we're back in the small town of Perfect... Oh no, wait, now it's called Rejection. We've still got Chang's Market though, and a steam engine. Running off steam, as steam engines are known to do. But it appears everyone is leaving, probably because everyone hates the town's name. Then we meet the remaining residents. We've got the Changs, Dad Chang, Mum Chang, and Son Chang, and there's the town hotel owner, Shawl, and her friend Woody. No relation to the Toy Story character. Anyway, they're all worried about everyone else leaving town as they can't afford to stay without their business.
The mine will not stay closed.
Nobody's walking away from riches like that.
No! Alien Resurrection! Back to shouting out random movie titles, are we? No, J.E. Freeman! He played one of the doctors in Alien Resurrection. Oh, I see. And here I thought you'd gone mad. He's the new Old Fred. So, naturally, I'm going to call him the new Old Fred. But Juan says no one in their right mind would go back if they saw what he saw.
I saw nothing, but the nothing, it was worse than anything I have ever seen.
But how can... Oh, I'm confused. Here, lad, have a shippy. That'll help. Oh, cheers, fella. But then they get a message through their Morse code machine thing, which I know there's probably a proper name for it, but I'd rather waste time saying this than to look it up, so deal with it. And the message says,
"The owner of the mine is coming, all the way from Philadelphia."
Oh, I hope he brings us some cream cheese, and none of that low-fat shit either. The next day in Sun Chang spots a carriage incoming, so everyone goes outside and he says,
"What do you think he looks like?"
Probably like his great-grandson Bert Gummer, who I shouldn't know about. Then the last bunch of leaving townsfolk get on board, but hang on.
No one got out.
Then the carriage leaves and... Well, this place is underwhelming. There is literally nothing here. Ha! I told you you'd look like Bert.
Wait. You must have enough money to burn a wet mule, huh?
And you must take a bath, sir. You smell like aniseed and tobacco. So everyone introduces themselves and Hiram asks to speak to the man in charge of the mine.
That might prove to be a little difficult.
Why, where is he?
He's dead. Dead? Yes. Dead tired, so he's resting. Resting? Yes. Resting in the carriage that just left town.
Must you speak in riddles?
Yes.
That's just dandy.
Oh, and the mine is closed because the walls ate everyone. What the devil?
I feel I've not been privy to critical, most needful information.
Shawl tells him that Juan Sheet can explain everything in greater detail, so she gives him a quick tour of the town on the way to the hotel while they wait for Juan.
This is our bank. Closed, of course. Our blacksmith. Also closed. And our post office.
Closed.
No, don't be ridiculous. Inside the hotel, and Hiram asks what time lunch will be served.
I could fix you a pot of beans.
Nonsense. Surely you have flour,
Nope.
molasses, and ginger?
Nope. And double nope.
I should like a gingerbread cake. Yes, that should do nicely.
Excellent choice, sir. I shall serve it to you with a glass of our finest nothing.
You want me to strangle?
What? No! I'm going to poison the gingerbread instead. Sometime later, and Hiram is finishing up his tea and says to Sun Chang,
Would you like that last piece of gingerbread?
Yes.
Well, joke's on you, young man, because it's all for Hiram. Yum, 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 yum. Once Juan is back in town, they go and speak to him, and he tells Hiram that even more people have gone missing around there since the day his crew disappeared.
Juan, I want you to gather up the remaining miners.
And 2, I would like some more gingerbread post-haste.
You son of a bitch!
So Juan agrees to go back to the mine with Hiram and a few of the remaining miners to see if they can find the cause of the disappearances.
What kind of guns you bring, huh? Bet you it's big and fancy.
I don't own a firearm.
Bert's ancestor doesn't own a firearm? This is madness!
Madness. This is...
Tremors 4! The rest of the gang are packing though. And hey, that's a slingshot, not a gun. You're fired. The next morning, and while Juan is getting the horses ready, Hiram rocks up on a bloody bicycle. Catch me if you can, Father Macaz! Oh, fiddlesticks. This bicycle has failed me for the last time. Sunchang, fetch me my sledgehammer. So off they go on horseback and eventually meet up with the remaining miners.
Man, this is the patron, Mr. Hiram Gummer. This is Big Horse Johnson.
Then we've got Little Horse Johnson, Lame Horse Johnson, and Soggy Horse Johnson. All Johnsons, eh? Are you brothers? No, it's just a coincidence. So Juan leads them to the mine where they quickly find some skeletal remains. And who do they belong to? Dead Horse Johnson, brother of Alive Horse Johnson, who is also dead. They eventually reach the end of the mine and Hiram says,
Well, we're still alive.
Are we? Oh, that's good news. So Hiram declares the mine safe once again.
Dang right. Ain't nothing in there but ghosts. You don't need to pay them no wages.
Well, that's some straight-up bullshit. Then they decide to set up camp as it's getting late. Soggy Horse Johnson then whips out an accordion, but the others tell him to do one, so he just wanders off. While they're sat around the campfire, Juan tells Hiram about his father.
He was killed in a cave-in when I was a boy.
So, you became a miner? But then they hear a strange noise, and Soggy Horse Johnson's accordion comes flying out of the air, before the horses bolt into the darkness, which oddly enough makes Little Horse Johnson need to bang one off.
Are you sorry, Sack? I'm gonna pound you blue!
But then they hear him scream in the darkness too, before Lame Horse Johnson is attacked by a baby Wiggly. And oh, look at him! So cute, but so deadly. Unfortunately for Lame, they drag his ass underground. And oh my god, will someone please shut that kettle up? Thank you! Juan tells Hiram to get off the ground and up onto these rocks, and even manages to pickaxe one of the little blighters. Big Horse Johnson isn't as fortunate though, as he gets tag-teamed by 2 of the tiny tossers.
Good heaven. Oh, what a dreadful odor.
Sorry about that. I believe I shat panned. Juan quickly figures out that the creatures hunt by sound, but thankfully they can't get through rock.
These foothills, they're made of rock. We can walk on them almost all the way back to rejection, unless you can fly.
Eventually they make it back to town. They tell the others about the creatures, but the new old Fred is like,
Well, didn't you let loose? Barrels blazing?
Old Fred, you don't understand.
because you're an idiot. Then Hiram gets an idea. He's going to hire a professional marksman to shoot the creatures. So Sunshine gets on the Morse code machine thing.
Wanted. Gunfighter.
Stop fighting inanimate firearms and come and shoot some monsters for us. The next morning, and Hiram decides to fix his bicycle, but is about as proficient in repairing a bike as I am at juggling DVDs. Thankfully though, Sunchang is quite the handyman. Handy boy. No, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, he fixes the bike for him. Then because he feels bad about the gingerbread incident, Hiram lets him keep the bike, and even shows him how to ride it, proving that the greedy old Todger has a heart after all. Then we jump forward a month and Shawley's letting Hiram try out her new CD player.
How long is this bedlam to last?
Trust me, it's good once you get used to it. Well, I don't have the patience. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to pretend to be asleep. Good day. That evening, and while everyone is relaxing after a hard day's work, suddenly... Shut the door, man! You're letting the rain in!
And who might you be, sir?
Kelly.
Black Hand Kelly?
No, Small Telly Kelly. He's here in response to their request for a gunfighter, so Hiram tells him about the Wigglies. Kelly thinks he can handle it though, saying,
I like to fight with rattlesnakes just for the fun of it, and I give them first bite.
Then I retreat and try not to die in agony while the venom subsides. Well, that settles it. You're hired. And watch out! That wood has a knife!
No.
The wood is dead. Is that even wood, though? Either that or it's a rather large sausage. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, Kelly wants to know how much he'll be paid for this service, but no one has any money on them, so Hiram reluctantly gives him his gold piece and diamond cufflinks as a down payment. The next day, and off they go to slay some baby wiggly bastards!
Bastards!
When they get to the campsite, Juan tries to attract the Wigglies by hitting the ground with a pickaxe, but they're nowhere to be seen. So they head to the mine entrance, but still no Wigglies. Ah! with this distinct lack of creatures leaving Kelly like,
Maybe you two boys are playing me for the fool.
After what I paid you?
But their search isn't completely in vain, as they do end up finding where the Wigglies came from. Turns out the miners diverted water from some hot springs, which inadvertently helped hatch some Wiggly eggs.
Maybe you two aren't as crazy as I've been thinking.
Google it! It also shows that there are 3 left, so they continue their search and soon come across the new old Fred's wagon, but it's not looking in the best shape, and worse yet, there's no sign of the old bugger. Then they notice his hat on the ground. Oh, his head's under it! Just like in the first movie. What character did that happen to again? Old Fred? Aye, that's him! But when they go to pick it up, surprise, head in the wagon! So the fellas make a grave for the new old Fred's severed head, and Juan says a few words to honour him.
Fred was an old man. That is why we call him Old Fred.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Now it's getting late in the day and it isn't safe to camp in the open, so Juan suggests they take shelter in the old muling station down the way. Once they reach the muling station, they get set up for the night, but not long into their slumber, the horses start panicking and run off, before we see some sneaky wiggly tongues slithering their way in through the outside like, "Hehe, I can't see 'cause I'm just a tongue, but I can still bite." This wakes everyone up and Kelly earns his pay by blasting them good. Juan and Hiram are confused, however, as these things don't look anything like what they saw earlier.
What in Sam Hill is that smell?
My apologies, I have shat pant once again. Anyway, they decide they need to make a stand, so Kelly teaches Hiram how to use a gun. Okay, Hiram, now the first trick to shooting a gun is to pull the trigger. Okay, and now the second trick is to not miss. Any more advice? Nope, that's all I got. But oh no, now the tongues are nicking the floor, the little floor nicking buggers.
We're gonna have nothing left to stand on.
Except our legs, which is a given. Then Hiram comes up with an idea. If they tap away at the Morse code machine thing, then maybe the town will send help. So Juan gets to tapping, and back in town, Sun Chang realises the nonsensical tapping is coming from the muling station. So Shoal says she's going to head up there. Back to the fellas, and while Juan is still tapping... Unexpected rodeo! Thankfully, he grabs hold of the ceiling beams, and the others scare it off with some gunfire.
What the hell are we up against?
Well, they were baby Wigglies, but now they're big Wigglies.
All right, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna...
Shoot them! A foolproof plan. I like it. Now, let's hope it pops out of the ground again before we lose any more of the floor. The next morning, and the tongues have got a fairly decent floor beam collection going, leaving our heroes in a bit of a pickle. A giant pickle! And look out, Kelly, there's one behind you! Oh, shit. Oh, it's got him. Oh, yeah, he's a goner. Hiram and Juan try and hold back the Wigglies, but then they see Shoal coming, so they make a run for it. But careful, Hiram, that wood looks slippy. Told you. Anyway, they get on the wagon and take off as fast as they can. Back in town, Hiram feels defeated and decides to abandon the mine, suggesting everyone else leaves town too.
We will not leave our new home.
So it looks like he's leaving all by himself.
Stay with us, Hiram. Stay and fight.
No thanks. I'm a coward. Best of luck to you all. Ta-ta! Sometime later, and Hiram arrives in Carson City, where he gets a hotel room for the night and thinks, well, this is the worst bath I've ever had. There is no water in it. The next morning, and he goes to get a train ticket back to Philadelphia, but then their Morse code machine thing goes off.
Giant worms have left Upper Valley. Need immediate help. Giant worms.
Hiram wanders outside and is suddenly struck with guilt, but then he comes up with an idea. Back to the others, who now have no choice than to leave the town before the Wigglies arrive. Then, oh no! It looks like they're too late as they see a big dust trail coming their way. But hang on, that's no Wiggly!
It's Mr. Gunner!
That's right, bitches! Hiram's back, and he's brought with him an arsenal that would have made small Telly Kelly proud, which includes a mahoosive punt gun. What on earth is a punt gun? Well, just imagine a rifle, but made for a giant.
Hiram, how did you get all of these things? You don't have any money.
I just dangled this chain in front of the shopkeeper and stole it all while he was mesmerised. So they all come up with a game plan. They're going to lure the beasties into the centre of town by dinging a triangle on a rock. Then when they pop up, boom, they'll blast them with the punt gun. And there's no time to lose, as their tin can alarm system has picked up an incoming Wiggly.
Get inside! I want to fight too!
How can I say this without being mean? You are too weak and crap to help. So he goes back inside and everyone gets into position. And then... yeah, got it good and gooey. That's 1 down, 2 to go.
Oh, it stinks!
No, that's me again. I think I need to lay off the beans. But there's no time to waste as they've got more incoming. And this one's a clever bugger as it snatches the punt gun and drags it underground. Then it chases Juan to this pole and starts dragging it down too. Help! He's eating my pole! So Woody comes up with an idea. He grabs this big saw blade and pops it down into the flagpole hole which he dug earlier, which I forgot to mention because shut up! And he bangs it to get the Wiggly's attention. Then it goes for him and slice! We get a wibbly saw wiggly kill. So there's only one more of the buggers left now, and it's being very cautious circling the town.
You have black powder. Maybe we could blow it up somehow.
So they get to making a bomb, but while they're doing so, the Morse code machine thing inside the store starts going off, and the Wiggly tears the tent down on top of Sun Chang. Thankfully they get him out, but are forced to abandon the bomb plan as it's got Shawl's son and Mum Chang pinned down on this cart, even giving Shawl a tongue slap. So Hiram says,
I have an idea!
What is it? Have you ever seen Jaws the Revenge? What? Never mind. So they attach this giant belt to the steam engine and Hiram hooks it onto the Wiggly's tail. Then they turn it on, which rips the bugger right out of the ground and puts it on a collision course with the engine before boom! The Wiggly goes kablamo McSplatto. How is that in any way like Jaws the Revenge? Well, the Wiggly exploded for no reason, just like the shark did when it gets impaled at the end of Jaws the Revenge. Ah, what a ridiculous movie. And so the day is saved, the town is safe from the Wiggly scourge, and they even rename it to something a bit more appealing. Hiram reopens the mine and says the profits will go towards making the town a better place for everyone. And we also see Shawl as a surprise present for him, which turns out to be a Gatling gun that he enjoys using so much that it spurs on his family's love for shooting stuff for generations to come. Bloody marvellous. End of movie. And there we have it, folks. I think it's fairly safe to say that Tremors 4 is a significant improvement on the third movie. It's got lots of likeable characters, plenty of fun wiggly action, and once again Michael Gross knocks it out of the park, making Hiram Gummer an excellent character I wish we got to see more of. So it's unfortunate to say that it's all downhill from here, folks, as the remaining 3 Tremors movies are completely different both in tone and in quality from the first 4. But will I still cover them? You bet your ass I will. So, Tremors 4, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, here's some outtakes for you. Hat nearly fell off again. You are being a bobbly bugger, you.
Stay on my head. That is your home now.
Meow. 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 I speak well. Bastards! You gotta include the wind up, that's the trick. Bastards! You guys are all a bunch of sick bastards! Nailed it! A giant pickle! With the wibbly hands! What a ridiculous movie. Ridiculous. That's got dick in it. Lemon. Lemon. With a bit of lemon in it, look. It's got a slice of lemon in it. 'Cause I like lemon with lemon. Page 7. That's the DVD's bit. Oh no! Ken! My God, I wonder if that's going to get picked up on camera. You know how bloody windy it is out there. It's like... Oh, Jesus, now I'm dizzy. Oh, no. Oh.